Foreign affairs, national security, what did occasion your interest there in government service? Was it during your time flying jets? You said, hey, I'd like to do this, or what actually kind of led you down that path?
Well, and this goes back to, it's a great example of that, interesting moments that take us different directions and we may not realize it at the time. But when we train ourselves to just grab something different, it can have sort of benefits you didn't realize. So what does that mean? That is a generalized way of describing a random internship I had when I was junior year in college. And I was interested in doing something different because I was in ROTC. I had, someone who put me in touch with individuals who in the Pentagon who handled, every service in the military, Army, Navy, Air Force has, a team that looks at policies with other foreign governments, how we relate to, the French Navy and other navies and how we work together. And I spent my summer working in that office. And suddenly I realized this is really cool, right? This is having a different sort of impact. This is looking at the world in a different way. This is engaging with, I spent the summer talking with naval attaches and naval officials from all sorts of governments and seeing, there's a whole world out there. And that actually was how I pivoted from wanting to pursue NASA to doing something else in grad school and going a different direction. And eventually, when I left the Navy, pursuing national security and foreign policy in the government. And I think really the story there for others is we have these moments, these experiences. When we're young, it could be internships. It could be, just people we engage with, and have an afternoon conversation with, and we're like, wow, that was so interesting. Like, and it sometimes opens doors. And I think one thing that I encourage to, as a muscle memory to build is how do you then try going through that door? Because particularly in the world it is now, we can pivot a lot more often than ever before. Very few of us now have one career that lasts forever, right? You can change careers. I've changed careers more than most, but still, you can change careers. You can pursue different avenues within a certain industry. But one of the great ways to explore it is having these one-off moments and then taking it further. Again, for me, it was a summer experience that then I did for a second summer. And then I went, did a year of grad school to explore foreign policy and national security. And it turned to what ended up being a decade-long career, after my military service in national security and eventually counterterrorism. And it led me in a direction that I never would have thought when I was younger or even in school itself. And so this is where I encourage people to think, like, who are you meeting at a cocktail party? They're like, that's so interesting. How do I explore it? Is there something there that would potentially give me a different opportunity? And we live in a time where those kinds of opportunities can really translate into interesting career moments or interesting volunteer moments in getting involved with different organizations on the volunteer basis, but just a chance to open your aperture and really build out both your career and leadership in a different way.